You only run. And when you are running, if somebody falls, you have got very little time. Just say for this time itself, if from Ravindra Bhavan there is an announcement of the PA system, 20 seconds more, there is going to be an explosion. What are we going to do? So दाव मारतले मी एक जास्त आम सोडून दाव मारतले दाव मारताना एक दोग तीग जाण पडले कितले सेकंड उरले रे बाबा तुका तू रिबन बांधता रावतलो यू हॅव टू मेक एन इमर्जन्सी मूव सो इमर्जन्सी मूव कसो करतो अरे वो पॉल्टो या थोडं चर्चिलेलो माता कसो काडटलो नी नुवें न्ही तो one priest who was in the Nuven church भुरग्याक कोण साल्वा करपाक नुवें न्ही तो see in first aid the first thing is am I safe? I'm very selfish. Am I safe? If you are going to put your life at risk and you are trying to assist somebody and you kill yourself, that is last aid. That is not first aid. That means your sin size up was not done properly. तुम्ही जर केन्ना एक्शनाचेर सिरियल येता ते पळयात ड्रग एडिक्ट ही ड्रायव्हिंग व्हेरी रॅश पुलीस धांवता ताच्या फाटल्यान ताका धरपाक पूण पुलीस कितें करता ते फाटीं रावतात बिकॉज ही इज अ ड्रग एडिक्ट ही इज अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ ड्रग ही डजंट नो what is happening you do not know when he will pull the trigger on you so you can't put your life at risk then what sort of an officer are you if you can't do this assessment what sort of an officer are you so you have to be yourself first safe because of which you need to be very very vigilant so you got your answer what will do with the minister we are talking specifically about the floods so in a situation like that I want you all to take your notepad I am going to call out several departments and several organizations you will only write the name of the organization which you think in a situation like that of a flood you need to call what we are talking about is the preparedness the trigger mechanism जेन्ना पळय message एक collector दिता suppose it is given to the police department then the police officer is going to percolate it down to every other police department officer who needs to go there it has to go in that sequence if it is given to Milin as an NGO then it has to go down to every state officer and the president of his Junior Chamber International so we are talking about how do we go about in what sequence this communication should go about. So it's called the trigger mechanism. So what we will do is, in a situation like that of flood, what are the organizations that you would call? Don't rate them. Who is first, who is second? We'll only write down the names and then subsequently I will give you time where you can label it. Which one would be first, which one would be second. And let there be interaction, let there be freedom. If I feel that the barge station should be called first, I will argue why they should be called first. Somebody may say trawler station. You got what I'm trying to say? Okay. So that's how the discussion will be taking place. So we are talking specifically about the floods. Yeah. Sorry for that. So in a situation of a flood, please write down the names of the organization which you feel that they should not be included, you can leave them out. So take your notepad, take your pen and be ready. The situation I'm giving you, Selaolim Dam has collapsed. Water is flowing all over. There are floods right up to Keping, Kurshoren, Saurdem, the other side are right up to Molen and water is rushing down towards this end of the region. You feel that they should be called? I'm not rating them. Rating my karat tumi. Mass media tumhe dista apopag jay tu mass media mun barete. Meteorology department. Marmugam Port Town, MPT. becomes difficult for you. You understand the situation. You are engulfed.
It exactly happened in Kankona when my people have gone to Thotigaon.
Yeah.
Suddenly the
Water level came up.
Honorable Collector was because we were in time, before time. That is our response time. That proves that we were in time, before time. There was no struggle. So from here the center will be open. From Margaon, from Jore, this place.
So you goes to pray asa, you tumi manan dorpa jay. Because finally what is our objective? आमचं ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह किती असा हे सगळे एक्सेप्ट आम्ही करताय आमचं ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह किती असा वन इज टू सेव लाईफ अँड प्रॉपर्टी कमीचे कमी पण आमच्याकडे जाता तितले आम्ही सेव करपा जाय कमीचे कमी डिझास्टर लॉस जावपा जाय इन टर्म्स ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी एज वेल एज इन टर्म्स ऑफ ह्युमन लाईफ सो कीपिंग दॅट ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह इन माइंड वी आर वर्किंग ऑन इट अँड वेरेवर वी कॅन डू टेक प्रिव्हेंटिव्ह मेजर्स ऑफ फर्दर डॅमेज वी शुड टेक अपॉन दॅट आता हांगा वॉटर रिसोर्स डिपार्टमेंट आसा जर तुगेलें आख्खें वॉलूच कॉलेप्स जाला जाल्यार तें तुका कांयच करपाक शकपाना ओके लेवल तूं वयर आयला की स्लूज गेट ओपन करपाक जाय आनी कितें डायवर्शन करपाक त्यो दुसरी गोश्ट बट एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ इट इफ द होल वॉल हॅज कोलॅप्स देन नथिंग दॅट कॅन बी डन बाय द वॉटर तेमी माथ्यार रावतलो कोंबडी वाचतली ह्यो गोश्टी जातल्यो सो वी हॅव टू बी व्हेरी केअरफूल अबाउट whom we are going to call. No doubt they are there, they know what is the capacity of that whole dam, कितली उदक येतले म्हणजे ती तांकां माहिती आसा तांचे कडेन क्वांटम ऑफ वॉटर टू वॉट एक्सटेंट इट कॅन गो तांकां खबर आसा सो ह्यो गोश्टी तेमी ताबडतोब सामक्यो स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंटान मांडपा जाय आमचे कडेन हे डॅम इतली फूल जाल म्हळ्यार इतली उदक आसतलें आमची लक्ष प्रमाणे आनी आमगेर जे पळय इंजिनियरींग आमी पळय शिकल्यात or water engineering we know that this is going to cause floods maybe beyond Margaon that means state administration gets immediately into action कित्याक ती म्हायती घेवन तो आपणाचे you don't expect the collector to know everything about the dam and to know everything about fire and to know everything about everything else so these things are to be brought into the plan so आमी जे पळय उलयता जे पळय आमकां कोण नाका पळय तांकां आमी पळय कुशीन घालपाक फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट नाका एग्रीकल्चर डिपार्टमेंट सध्या गरज सो एका प्रायोरिटी नंबर 3, 4 घालून तांकां कुशीन काडा मागीर प्रायोरिटी नंबर 3 बीन कोण जातले आमच्या मारियाना तकली पळयता आशिल्ले आमचे थर्ड घालता प्रायोरिटी नंबर 3 कोण जातले यू हॅव गॉट युअर दूरदर्शन you have got your all India radio you have got your mass media aata matche kushin dorpa I'm not saying that the press is not required at that moment of time if they do not have safety measures for themselves it's better that they are being kept a little bit away we'll give you the summary kenna nitlo collector of the summary jenna tak report येतात तुगे आतां डॅम फुटला आतांचो रिपोर्ट कोण दितलो डॅम फुटलो म्हणटालो ताज शिवाय ताका कांयच ताका रिपोर्ट दिवपाक मेळना सो यू वॉन्ट अ गुड रिपोर्ट यू होल्ड ऑन फॉर सम टायम माय ऑफिसर्स फ्रॉम ईच डिपार्टमेंट हॅव टू गिव मी समथिंग सो दॅट आय कॅन कन्वे इट
No, but alert signal, if alert signal goes, the people will be...
Okay, immediately alert, yes.
Immediately केलं जाय जाल्यार okay. If you are going to delay it, then there is going to be difficulty. Because All India Radio can help you out. You can be helped out through our mobile system. By the tower, let's apply it. See, try to imagine all this type of facets that are going to come your way. दिसता ते सोपे पण शेवटी कितें जाता मॉर्फीज लॉ म्हणटा तो सदां आसा तूं कितलेय बरे तरेन एक फंक्शन कर थंय खंय तरी चुकता दॅट्स कॉल्ड मॉर्फीज लॉ यू फेल समवेअर ऑर द अदर वेदर यू आर प्रेडिक्टिंग इट ऑर अनप्रेडिक्टिबली यू फेल समवेअर दॅट्स कॉल्ड द मॉर्फीज लॉ सो तूं कितल्याय खंय तरी फेल जाता सो ह्यो गोश्ट आमी तकलेन दवरून केले जायत जाल्यार आमकां बरें पडटा सो युअर मास मिडिया and your press people, you keep them a little bit aside. If you want to give a message for taking safety precautions, you can do those immediately. So this is where we are keeping those people off. What about your तुम्ही खंयचे काढल्या ते सांगात RTO सध्या नाका एज्युकेशन डिपार्टमेंट नाका जिल्हा पंचायत नाका पंचायत नाका मागीर Forest Department naga. Now I have got 3 organizations: Lions, Rotary, and Junior Chamber International.
They will be they are helpful, but not at this
at this stage. Acute phase, unless until they are being capacity building is being done and they are being trained. That is the reason this workshop is being called. जरी तरी आमची तेमचे ट्रेनिंग करून तांकां दवरले आसत जाय देन द कलेक्टर विल से मिलिंद बाब तुगेले ते JC चे फाटल्या दिसांनी आमी ट्रेनिंग केले तांकां मातशें दाळ जाग्यार आमकां जाय We have got Captain Hemant. He has got a list of people, all the seafarers. Some of them may be sailing, some of them may be there. But आमच्याकडे तांगेली data, some mobiles must have been changing or whatever it is. Sometimes शिकयतात personal survival techniques. But they boateacher सगळं कशें survive करतात. But they have got little bit of idea. They know also good swimming. So we have got a larger group there who can give us the data of who can be contacted. अशेंच करून सीस्कॅनाकडे आसतले, अशेंच करून फ्रँकॉन्स मॅरिटायम अकॅडमी कितें पळय आसता तांचे कडेन आसतले. So yeah, so I'm giving you more or less the list of people who can be called. Okay. 108 ambulance. Yes. Hospicio. Yes, because you have to prepare them. आता hospicio म्हणा एकच घातला ना. आता परिस्थिती एक याद करपा जाय. जेन्ना डॅम पळय फुट्टा, डोंट थिंक ऑफ टेकिंग देम टू कुशर एंड सॉल्ट एंड केपें हॉस्पिटल. ते बुडले. त्या हॉस्पिटल बुडले. त्या मुक्ता बंद आसा. So you forget about those hospitals now. You have to go towards the periphery. Periphery म्हणजे कॅपॅसिटी एक हॉस्पिटलची कितली आसा म्हणून ती माहिती आसपा जाय. So somebody has to maintain this record. Because फाल्यां जर तुवें व्हरून जर एक हॉस्पिटलान गेले, let us say you are taking them to a small hospital like Dr. Kucherkar's hospital which has got let us say only 40 beds. आता 50 पेशंटां व्हरून ती तयार केल्यात. It is not going to be possible for him to manage 50 when his capacity is less. Plus तागेलो प्रायव्हेट पेशंट आसतले थंय. सो ह्या प्रमाणे आमकां ते डिस्ट्रिब्युशन करपा जाय. ताका लागून आमी ही डेटा पळय आसा ती मागून घेतात. Have you got this point now? So this data is acquired by the district administration because we want to know how much of capacity is there for that hospital to function. Red Cross? Yes. At the initial phase? No. Not at the initial phase? No. Indian Medical Association? Preparedness. You will only tell those people to go to the respective hospital. That patient as a support system. Okay. Public Works Department? Yes. Last. Police Department? Yes. Agriculture? Last. Fire Service?
Yes.
All India Radio, mass media, Doordarshan. फाटी दवरल्या थोड्या जाणां पयलीं उदक करतले मागीर दवरपाचे फाटी. Meteorology department? Constantly they should be telling us what's going to happen next. पावस आनी जळपा आसल्यार सांगा आमकां. So they will be keeping a watch on what is happening. Marmukam put down. Do they have the facility? Do they have the facility to help us in a situation like this? I don't know. That's the one. No. Today they have the facility. Trained personnel, vessels, which can be taken there.
My mindset is not there. It is not present.
Not there. River Navigation Department.
Yes.
Captain of Ports.
Yes.
Lucy Maritime Academy. Yes. Swimming pool attendants. Yes. Navy. Yes. Water Resource Department? Yes. Electric Department? Yes. No? पहिले ऑफ करपा जायना. शॉर्टन आनी चोडचो पडटले. ट्रॉलो ओनर्स असोसिएशन? Yes. कॅनो ओनर्स असोसिएशन? बारीक पोटी आसा त्यो. ओके. ते पळय वळपा जाता. ते एक विकपाचे 2 जाता. That can help you a lot. BSNL? BSNL का सगळ्यांक आसा ऑल. Coast Guard?
Yes.
Crane operators? Okay. State administration. Earth moving machinery?
That
Not required? Required? Why do you require? Prepare the road?
Save the lives.
Sometimes floods, everything is washed away. Yeah?
Excess road capacity.
To remove some debris you will require. Okay. Now realize one thing. Earth moving machinery is required in floods to make way for the water to go through the proper channel without damaging much of property. पण हाका करपाक तुजे कडेन ते भाशेन शिक्षण आसपा जाय आनी ट्रेनिंग घेवपा जाय. आमचे कडेन कोलॅप्स स्ट्रक्चर सर्च रेस्क्यू म्हणून कोर्स आसा. CSSR. जेन्ना अर्थक्वेक जालो सगळें पडटा. ब्लास्ट जाले खूब बिल्डिंग्यो पडटात. So during that time, you must know how to get the people who are being trapped inside. It is called collapse structure search and rescue. आता सुधून काढप कशे आता सुधून काडपाचे लोक जे आसा तांकां आनीक सेपरेट ट्रेनिंग आसता कॉलेज कॅनल ट्रेनिंग. कॅनल ट्रेनिंग म्हणजे कितें? The dogs that are there, they go around with the dogs who sniff and who tell you where there is possibly a human being that is being trapped. They know to read that very fast. So that's called as canal training. आता तुम्ही म्हटले disaster management training आणि canal training हांगा कितें हाडला काय म्हणून. It is part and parcel of earthquake disaster management. तो सीन सायजा पळय म्हणटाले आमी तो सीन सायजापान लोक अशे उडून वचून खंय खंय पडशे पडटात. Who can help them? We are unable to unless until you go on the top and have an aerial view. But the doggies will straightforward tell us and take us in those directions. Is that very clear? So that is called as canal training. Swimmers Association. Yes. Barge Owners Association. Yes, because the barges are going through that hinterland. We can even possibly transport and save and rescue people and put them over there and bring them this side. National Institute of Water Sports. This is in Donapau. All types of things they have got, sophisticated machinery they have got, and given a chance, they know also to operate. Air Force. Okay. So these are the situations that we have worked on. This is what is called as nothing but the preparedness, where you are going in an order of priority. Who should be called first and who should be called next. आता तुमची जेन्ना पळय मेसेजी वता मोबायलाचेर जे अशें पळय आमच्या कलेक्टरान आपणागे पळय एक लिस्ट तयार केला आसा त्या प्रमाणे तुवें तुज्या डिपार्टमेंटान एक लिस्ट तयार करपा जाय बाबा ही मेसेज म्हाज्या डिपार्टमेंटान इट इज गोइंग टू गो इन दिस पर्टिक्युलर फॅशन. You understood? So that's the exercise that is being left for you now. I have to see in my department of IMA who is going to be called first, who is going to be called next, who is going to be called next. This order of priority he carries that. So if I feed the numbers, then I know that in this feeding that I have done, in that order of priority, the messages will go to all material. So you have to make a group message and send it to everybody so that it reaches everyone. That's the exercise that you need to do so that you corroborate with the district administration and accordingly we start functioning. ही तुमची एक्सरसाइज झाली केली तुमचे मनाचेर विचार येवपाक बाबा हें कशें चलता सो दॅट नाव यू नो इट्स एप्लिकेशन इन युअर ओन डिपार्टमेंट. आतां तुमकां कितें विचारपाक जाय?
With the help of this type of seminars, workshop, conference, we are in a position to understand each other. What are the difficulties of the are transferable? Their numbers are transferred. They are sometimes formatted. We are having one data. The moment anything happens, if we contact them, that person is not available there. So, to avoid such type of problems, we are updating the district disaster management plan each and every year. We are also reviewing. Now, last year and year before last, we have conducted the programs in order to understand what is required, what the department should prepare themselves. Exactly here pinpointed how it should be. We are mentioning to you that nodal officers from your department are essential. Most of the times, we have to contact the higher officers. Most of the times, either to the chief engineer or the superintending engineer or the executive engineer. If the system is in place, exactly that has been pointed out by Dr. Gerson. If the system is in place, everything will move smoothly as and when there is a necessity of the higher officials, he will report. Otherwise, the system will be in place. And to have the system in place, we are preparing the district disaster management plan. Each and every year we are updating. We have prepared, it is available on our website. We will be showing you. So, I want that all the departments should prepare themselves in their department who should respond during emergency, during calamity, during disaster. Sometimes the JE may not be in a position to take decision. So the executive engineer or the superintending engineer, in case of major events, then the chief engineer has to give his opinion, then only they will be in a position to work. We are just an agency to intimate to you to respond, because that is again seminar we are organizing each and every year. Incident response system. That system should be devised. Otherwise, it will be a futile exercise at the last moment. He has rightly pointed out that various departments who are supposed to take care preventive measures, it should be done. The funding pattern should be made available before budgeting. If that funding is not available at your disposal, you may not be in a position to take up the work properly. So all these problems needs to be taken care of at the initial stage. Then only we will be in a better position and we may say that yes, we are geared up and we are capable of mitigating and combating any sort of natural calamity or disaster. I request Johnson again, if he is having anything in mind, please continue.
Any one of you would like to interact or react? No? Okay. Immediately after a few more minutes, I think we are going to have the inaugural. So we are not going to waste much of our time, but the officer from the NDMA will be taken straight to the dais, and then there will be inaugural address and the welcome address. If you go and look through your program, that's what you will find. And then immediately after that, there will be presentation that will come from our SP, Mr. Alan Lisa. And then the subsequent session will be taken by our guest who is going to be with us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, put our hands together as we welcome and honor our chief guest of this evening, Major General retired Brigadier the Senior Specialist in Mock Exercises of the National Disaster Management Authority of India.
Thank you very much.
May I now request on part of all of you and the district administration of Goa, our Honorable Collector South Goa, to present the bouquet to our chief guest. Of the Margam Municipal Council, while without it, to give the welcome address.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I hereby welcome Major General retired V.K. Dattani, who is Senior Specialist CBA and AME of National Disaster Management Authority, New Delhi. And also welcome our Chairman and Collector South Goa, Sri G.P. Naik, my colleague Prasanna Acharya, and all the head of offices, head of the departments, colleagues. From morning we are conducting here this one-day seminar on disaster management, where Dr. Johnson has delivered his very resourceful lectures, and we have already witnessed of that of morning session. Now Dr. Major Datta has arrived just now, and now he is going to give us, as Mr. Johnson has just now spoken, he is very expertise on that mock drill. We have already chalked out our tabletop exercise plus some mock drill. I am welcoming him on behalf of our South Goa District Management, Disaster Management Authorities. I welcome you, sir, and all of my colleagues. Thank you very much.
The South Goa district is from Korthalim till Poland to the extent of around 80-90 kilometers length and around 40 kilometer width from seashore till Western Ghats. It is a beautiful place with several beaches and mountains. Next. During monsoon, we are having rainfall to the extent of 120 to 140 inches, and most of the times our rivers are full or beyond danger, mostly in June and July. We are vulnerable for flood disaster. In fact, if we call in real terms of disaster, it may not be perfect as per the definition. But last year we have got an experience in Kankona of flash flood, where the bridge at Talakona, that is Ardhafon on the national highway, which is located at a height of 7 meter to 9 meter, was underwater, and the water was flowing 2 meters, 1.5 meter to 2 meters above the bridge. Next. Monsoon, sometimes not so good. Monsoon gets, with its floods and cyclones, loss of life, property and complete devastation, leads to multiple problems: homelessness, epidemics, orphans, widows. Therefore, the role of administration comes into picture. That is, welfare state administration have to responsible and responsive, ensure safety, protection and care of citizens, undertake proactive steps, formulate the disaster management plan, set up district control room 24/7. Role of district administration during disaster. It is the responsibility of the district administration to ensure actions for prevention and mitigation of disaster, ensure that officials are trained to deal with disasters, ensure that disaster management plans are prepared, revised and updated, to ensure and facilitate community training and awareness, establish interdepartmental coordination, review emergency plans and guidelines, ensure local authorities' involvement in mitigation strategies, to ensure linkage between disaster management activities and development planning, ensure equipment communication system are ready for use. Also, to ensure that the disaster management drills are carried out periodically. What we have formulated as per the disaster management plan is vulnerability, disaster type, resources available, public awareness, assessment, preparedness, prevention, mitigation, search and rescue, and restoration of normalcy. Next. Recently, we have updated the website. The South Goa Disaster Management Plan is available on our website. South Goa Floods Management Plan is also available on our website. The website is www.southgoa.nic.in. Guidelines of MDMA for every disaster available on website. Our preparedness is, we are having the disaster management plan, provision of equipments, training of manpower, testing of plan by mock drills, reviewing the plan. Thanks. Regarding the prevention